Good afternoon, Richmond. You're listening to 91.5 WECI. I'm Simon Levine, and this is the news. On today's show, the Earlham Religion Department offers scholarships for prospective graduate students. The voice of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway dies, and more. But first, the Crucible accepts submissions for the spring issue.
If you're one of Earlham's budding authors, poets, playwrights, or artists looking to get some publicity, here's one way for you to get your work noticed. Crucible is Earlham's student-generated literary digest. Every semester, a group of students works hard to select submissions from both students and faculty to go into the magazine. Submissions range from short stories and novel excerpts to poetry and drama, and can even include visual art. Co-convener Seth Wenger says that while the Crucible isn't exactly a household name, it is a great demonstration of Earlham's talent.
I feel like it's such an important representation of an aspect of the artistic work that goes on at Earlham, and it's a place where people can put their creative work out there and be recognized.
Wenger says that besides quality, there's no real trick to getting your work into the Crucible, although he admits that you can't go wrong with something a little quirky or offbeat. If you're interested in submitting one of your creations, you still have time. The deadline is March 7th. There are submission boxes at the Runyon Desk and in Lilly Library, or you can email your work to one of the co-conveners. For WECI News, this has been Laura Miller.
Longtime voice of the Indianapolis Speedway, Tom Carnegie died Friday after an extended illness. The lead broadcaster since 1946, Carnegie had called the names of nearly every living 500 driver and has also been around to call many of the NASCAR and Formula One drivers since 1994. Kurt Cabin from the Indianapolis Star reports that Carnegie had worked for 61 Indy 500s, 12 Brickyard 400s, and 6 U.S. Grand Prix. His descriptions of the races were legendary, and he was known for his catchphrases that sent chills down the listeners' spines. Throughout his work at the Speedway, he had made numerous appearances on local televised news, high schools, and racing magazines throughout the United States. Carnegie was born September 25, 1919. He was 92 years old. For WeSide News, this has been Marcus Bledsoe.
Janice Bragg, secretary in the president's office at Earlham College, was celebrating her 50th wedding anniversary at Texas Roadhouse in Richmond, Indiana, when she realized that she and her company were not welcomed. After an hour of waiting, even though she had called and reserved dinner for 22 people, she was finally seated in an area that only sat about 16 people. Her son went out to make a call when he was approached by the Richmond police telling him that he was not welcome back in the restaurant and wasn't even able to go back in the restaurant to get his family. Moments later, the police approached Janice's table and told her she and her guests were not welcome here and was escorted out of the restaurant. And in the parking lot was 4 police waiting. What went wrong?
I think it's really important to remember that 50 years ago when I was married, there were places we were not allowed to eat or sit or to be entertained. And now, 50 years ago, in 2011, we tried to go someplace and we're tossed out because they didn't want us there. I just think that's very ironic in this day and age.
As of now, Janice is meeting with the HR of the restaurant. The restaurant told Janice and her family they could eat for free, but she says she doesn't want that. She's looking for a written apology from this humiliation. For WECI News, this has been Autumn Puckett.
Kyle Lacey, author of Twitter Marketing for Dummies, will speak with professionals interested in harnessing the power of social media. The PAL item writes that on March 4th, Lacey will speak to the Richmond Social Media Group at Reed Hospital's Lingo Auditorium from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. According to the event's webpage, Lacey will speak on the importance of social media, integrating digital and traditional marketing, and building relationships with customers. Lacey, according to the PAL item, is a principal member of Mindframe, a consulting group for businesses, nonprofits, and political candidates. His blog at KyleLacey.com is featured on the Ad Age 150 and Wall Street Journal online. Registration for the talk is free. From WECI News, this is Marcus Bledsoe.
Most college kids are usually a little strapped for cash, but the religion department may be able to help a few eligible students. The Earlham Religion Department is currently offering 2 scholarships, the Thorin More Prize and the Rachel Lakes Memorial Scholarship. The Thornmore Prize is an award of $1,000 given to a Quaker senior who plans on attending graduate school. Students interested in this prize don't have to study religion, but they do have to identify as a Quaker and explain how their graduate education will promote their ministry. The Rachel Lakes Memorial Scholarship is an award of $2,000 given in memory of religion student Rachel Lakes. To qualify for this prize, students must be studying religion and may use the money for either their undergraduate or graduate education. Professor Mary Garman says that apart from the money, receiving one of these prizes is a nice way to be recognized.
This also is an honor to be recognized by the institution for the Thornmore Prize, that you are someone that the institution honors and wants to show appreciation for. The other prize, I think, it's in memory of someone who was a student of religion and who didn't get to fulfill her promise as a student of religion. So whenever you win a prize like that, it would seem to me you would feel kind of the hopes and dreams that people had for her kind of get transferred for you.
These scholarships are offered annually, so if you aren't eligible yet, you may be next year. The deadlines are less than a month away, so students interested in either scholarship should contact Mary Garman about the application process. For WECI News, this has been Laura Miller.
That's all for today, folks. I'm Simon Levine, and you're listening to WECI News. Tune in next week for all of the top local headlines.